Traction Capital to me fills a void in the community. Here in the Minneapolis, Minnesota community, there is a shortage of early stage financial help and mentorship that can help great ideas come to life.
The focus on Minnesota companies is very important to me because I grew up in Minnesota. I've spent the majority of my life in Minnesota. I think Minnesota market is an underserved market from a capital perspective and expertise perspective in some degrees, especially in the small, the growing mid-sized companies. There's a lot of opportunity for Traction Capital to bring in some expertise, some people who've had success earlier in their careers and help Minnesota businesses reach their goals and fulfill all the opportunities they have in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, typically we're looking at earlier stage businesses where they don't just need capital, they also could use help from entrepreneurs that have been there and done that before. So that's the starting point. From there, typically we're lead investor, if not the only investor into the deal. And from there, we can bring in other capital partners, though, as needed for additional money eventually down the road.
One of the things I really liked about Traction Capital was the network. So Shane is very well connected in the Minnesota entrepreneur community, and I know a number of people that have also invested, and I think that's actually the power of this particular fund, is you take Shane's experience and you multiply it by everybody else's experience and network in the industry, and that's a pretty powerful combination.
I invested in the Traction Capital Fund for 3 reasons. One, it's using the entrepreneurial operating systems that helps companies focus. 2, it's got mentors involved that can help with your specific business needs. And 3, once you have focus and mentorship, it has the capital to really help you take your company to the next level.
The types of companies that get me excited and that also are of interest to Traction Capital, it's sort of broad. I love all the different companies that I've worked with. I've mentored 10 or 12 different companies over maybe a 5 or 10 year period. And it's just really interesting to meet all these different types of entrepreneurs and to learn from them and to help them learn as well. But the types of companies that Traction Capital is most focused on are the companies that we have the most experience with and that our investors and advisory committee have the most experience with. I would say our primary focus would be SaaS companies. I would also say professional services companies. We're also very interested in manufacturing, and lastly, e-commerce. So those 4 would be kind of our primary targets.
I'm excited for the fund to invest in other companies, specifically here in Minnesota, and really help us grow our entrepreneurial ecosystem and have some great success stories. And I think Traction Capital is going to be one of those success stories that helps us drive a lot of innovation in the area.
We require any company that we invest in to use the EOS process, which we believe in, and I've seen work in many, many companies. Both companies I've owned and many that my friends have owned, where the process really helps build a framework from which a company can run.